the Battlefield 6 beta is starting again tomorrow, August 14th. And everybody's going to be playing that bad boy because there is 2 additional maps they're bringing in. I think they're bringing in Rush and something else. Rush was one of them. So, yes, it is exciting. So this weekend, Battlefield beta, because it's the last beta until the official launch date on October 10th. So we got all of September and the first week and a half of October until the game officially drops. And it has got so much hype. There is so much hype around Battlefield 6 right now. It's absolutely insane. And I'll tell you what, there are reports of the Battle Royale coming out October 24th. Is reports that I've been seeing that the Battle Royale has the release date of October 24th, somewhere around in there. Battlefield 6's version of a Battle Royale. It's going to be, that's a game changer right there, because that's going to give Warzone a run for its money. 100%, because think about it. Warzone and Call of Duty in general has not had any competition for the last like 5 years. And the only competition that they have had as of late is Battlefield. And Battlefield is going to, I think, make them eat their words. And what do I mean by make them eat their words? If you haven't done any research on what Activision has been saying over the last week and a half or so, but they are not concerned that Warzone or Call of Duty in general over there at Activision, they think their game is too big to fail. And I said this on the last live stream. No game, no company, I don't care who you are, is too big to fail. Anything can go belly up at any time for whatever reason. So for them to come out and make some pretty ballsy statements like that, that's saying a lot. And I hope that Battlefield comes in, especially the Battle Royale, I hope that comes in and makes them eat their words a little bit. So that way they can come back and say, I stand corrected. We apologize. We jinxed ourselves. We need to go back to the drawing board and we need to reevaluate how this game operates. We need to do all these changes. We need new leadership. We need new designers. We need everything. Keep the core people who make this game great. What little bit of what's great about this game is left, and just do a 180 of this game. You're going to have to. I think Battlefield is going to do that for them. I really do. I really think Battlefield is going to cause Activision to take a few steps back and say, hey, we have to reevaluate ourselves. Whatever we've been doing, we can't do anymore because Battlefield has taken over. Now, it's not going to necessarily tank Call of Duty. It's just not. This whole Call of Duty killer, all that nonsense going out there and saying all those things, it's fun to joke about. But in reality, no one's going to take down Call of Duty. The only people that are going to take down Call of Duty is Call of Duty, Activision. They're the only ones that can do that to themselves. It's just them. That's it. No other game, no other organization in the industry is going to come in there and shut down Warzone or Call of Duty just because they're better and they have all these different things that are just better. The other thing that could potentially sink Call of Duty very low is the player base. Stop buying bundles. If you buy bundles, but you're pissed off at how the game operates, well, that's part of the problem. I buy bundles here and there, but there are people that will buy a bundle. I shit you not. 2-3 bundles per season, 5 bundles per season. Shit. Nate Shot bought like 5-6 different bundles or something like that. He spent like what, $400 or $500 on the bundles. See, this is what people do. They buy the battle pass, they buy the bundles, they buy the skins, they buy these operator packs, they buy all these crazy things. And then if Activision sees that, they're making money. So why would they change anything? Hey, we're making money. We're not losing money. We're making money. Why should we change anything? People are still buying it. If you hit them in their wallet / pocketbook, that's when changes are made, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? When a company is hurting financially, this is good economics. Pay attention. When a company is hurting financially due to unforeseen circumstances, or companies know where they're losing money, how they're losing money, and why. Once they see that, then they turn around and they say, whatever we have been doing is not going to work going forward. We have to rethink our strategy here, and we have to make changes going forward. How do we turn this around and start being profitable again? Right now, they're not. That's not happening to them. They're making money. Obviously, they haven't changed anything. That is why, guaranteed. They stop making money, then they will make changes. You keep buying bundles every 2 days, nothing's going to change. Now, I will say that the secure boost, or the secure boot, whatever, what was that thing called? Boot secure boot. There's a lot of people that have been having issues with that. I think it's because their PCs don't have it already enabled. I have a fairly new PC. This PC is only a little over 2 years old. Okay. I think any PCs that are being forced to turn on secure boot, not automatically, but they have to physically go in there and enable secure boot manually. I think it's the older PCs, the PCs that are old, 2019, 2020, 2018 type models, Windows 10, maybe, you know what I mean? But I did read that some PC players, like myself, may not get that pop-up. Like Battlefield's got that pop-up to enable secure boot or secure boost. The newer PCs I read may not have that pop-up because I bought this PC with it already enabled. So it's already turned on. That's the only thing I can think of because I haven't seen that pop-up in Battlefield 6. Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is going to make you do the same thing. Just keep that in mind if you're concerned about that. I would just turn it on now if you haven't already, because you're going to get forced to. And everybody's going to be super stoked. Then they're going to say, this is the greatest Call of Duty ever made. I thought Black Ops 6 was the greatest Call of Duty ever made. Well, that was a fail. Don't ever say that, ever. Battlefield 6 might be the worst Battlefield ever on launch day, or at least for after that first month of gameplay. If players get tired of something and they just go straight over to Battlefield or Call of Duty Black Ops 7, which very well may happen, players might sit there and say, this is the worst Battlefield that's ever been created by EA. And they'll say the same bullshit over there for Black Ops 7. They'll be like, oh, this is the best Call of Duty ever. Black Ops 7 has changed for the good. This is the greatest Call of Duty that Activision has ever made. We are back. We're back. Everybody says we're back all the time. You ain't doing nothing but sitting there playing video games. It's good to, I mean, yeah, you can say, oh, it's finally here. We got a good video game. But to say we're back, I don't know yet. What does that even mean anyway? Yeah, we got some things to look forward to. But again, don't wish bad on Call of Duty. Yeah, it has a lot of shitty issues and shitty problems and shitty cheaters and shitty bundles and shitty graphics at sometimes, shitty servers. Shit. Look, the game is shit. I get it. But it's still Call of Duty. And at its core, it's a good game. That's why we continue to play it. At its lowest level, cheaters. They're the worst, man. That's like bottom feeders. If you cheat, if you use any sort of cheat, cheat away. I don't care. But don't come online. I don't like cheaters. I really don't. So let me retract that statement. Don't cheat. But people are going to do whatever they want to do. They're going to do them. They don't care, right? It's a mental thing. It's a psychological thing. People are going to continue to cheat until it is a hard stop, right? You can't even get into a lobby, right? And I think Secure Boost does that to a certain extent. I still don't understand how that works. I have to do some research on that. So if you're a content creator and you go live and you're playing COD and you're using some bullshit audio to lower your footsteps so you can crank the enemy's footsteps and hear them from a mile away, if you're doing that bullshit, fucking stop. What the hell's wrong with you? Go in and modify their game, Call of Duty's game files, which, by the way, that's cheating in my book. That's cheating. Because you're getting, I say it all the time, it's a competitive advantage over the enemy, and I don't like it. And if you use those things along with other third-party pieces of software, and you go into tournaments, and you play in these tournaments, and you win these tournaments, knowing that you know that you had a competitive advantage that these other hardworking Call of Duty athletes, all these other Call of Duty players have no access to because they are legitimate players. They don't have anything on their PCs that they are using. They are 100% legit players. But if you know that I'm using something that I probably shouldn't, that hasn't been caught by Activision or Ricochet, if I'm using that software and I win a tournament and I steal money from other people, that's fucked up. There's no other way around it. That's what I don't like. I do not like it when people go into tournaments and the tournament goers or whoever's putting on the tournament isn't doing PC checks. Legitimate, hardcore PC checks. If you are putting on a tournament in your bedroom and you're playing in your bedroom and you're playing on PC, you are going through rigorous PC checks by a third party, not by the tournament holder, by somebody who's not going to be biased, somebody that has nothing to do with Call of Duty. Our job is to catch cheaters in the moment, or to catch and flag some shit on their PC that shouldn't be there. But the core issue I have, if you sit there and you use cheats on your PC and you enter into a tournament and you win that tournament and you fuck people out of money and you get away with it, I have a problem with that, and you should never, ever be allowed. You are not allowed in any Call of Duty lobby ever again. You know who would be able to do that? Elon Musk. I have the utmost confidence in Elon to create an anti-cheat software driven by AI that would catch all that stuff. I have a feeling he'd be able to do it. I mean, the dude is sending rockets into space. It seems like every week he's launching a rocket. He's running Tesla like crazy. He's got Neuralink putting chips in the back of people's heads that now they can move their arms and play Call of Duty and only have to do is just aim with their eyes, and it's literal aimbot. But they're not cheating. They're just, is that cheating? No, that's not. No, because all they have to do is move their eyes, and it's like locking on targets. Is that cheating? You be the judge.